A new little world there, and we, I don't know, it was tough to all bring in at the last second, and understand what happened. But after looking at that, you have to focus on what's to do next, and how to back that up again. So we're gonna have to put another really good week together if we want to be consistent.
So obviously, you guys talk about how you take it one game at a time, but how do you move on from such a big win like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it helps us move on because there's such a good team coming up here at Wisconsin, and we're going to their house too. So being able to do all that stuff, we're a really good team. It's going to take a lot of focus, a lot of intensity during the week and on Saturday. So I think there's a lot to be done for us to be able to come out with a win during this game. So we got a lot of work to do.
What does their offense show? I mean, obviously they have a very dynamic running game. How do you guys prepare for that?
I mean, it's a lot of downhill stuff, a lot of power stuff, pulling guards, dividing tight ends. So I mean, there's just a lot of stuff. It's gonna be a physical game. So you try to replicate a little bit of physicalness out in the field during practice, but you don't want to do too much at the same time. So really, just being able to come downhill is going to be big for especially us linebackers, and being able to be in the right fits off our defensive line.
Is this the kind of game you like? Just this kind of hat on hat? There's no deception. They're coming right at you. You're coming right at them.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy these kind of games. It's just another time for you to come downhill hard and wreck shop kind of if you can. So but it's tough though because they're a good team. Their linemen are really good. In the backfield, in the back is they're shifty and they also can use their powers. So there's a lot of things we got to be ready for with them.
It's the only trophy you guys don't have.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, looking at the trophies right now and just understanding, that's the one missing. So, I mean, there's always big emphasis on trophies, especially this one since we don't have it from last year.
2 years ago when you guys were up there, it was a low scoring battle. Is that something you guys expect again?
I don't know. You got to be ready for anything that could happen again. So you have to be able to ready to try to shut them out or try to keep them low score as possible, which I hope we can do.
Nate, from your perspective, it's sort of clicked for you. I guess as far as your development from maybe the first game of the year to where you are, throwing 5 touchdowns against Ohio State.
I think that it really just goes back to the preparation that we put in. Obviously, at this point in the season, all the work has kind of compounded up to this point. So from that standpoint, I think anybody would be better than the first game. But also too just learning how to prepare smarter and better. I think from that standpoint, I continue to get better every week.
Is the game kind of slowed down for you now as opposed to maybe when you first got here?
I think physically, when I first got here, it wasn't as fast as I thought it was going to be. It was just the mental aspect that was really sped up. Obviously with making more decisions in a shorter amount of time, but from that standpoint, my decision making has gotten better and quicker. So from that standpoint, it slowed down quite a bit.
Is there any more significance to this week that you're playing the home state school for you?
I mean, maybe just more friends and family at the game. That's really probably the only thing other than it being a trophy game for us. So obviously the preparation for all of us is going to continue to increase this week. But from that standpoint, obviously, I have a couple friends that play on the team, so I think maybe just being able to play them and have bragging rights over them for a year. But no, from that standpoint, we're just trying to treat it like any other game, and obviously, continue to prepare the best we can so we can go out and play the best that we can.
Even though you guys want to treat it like every game, is it tough moving from beating Ohio State like you guys did, then to go play another top 10 team?
I think that a lot of people, continue to talk about it. So, from that standpoint, it's, kind of tough to just kind of let it go. But, the coaches have done a great job at getting us to realize that we have to prepare even better this week than we did last week if we want to continue to build and grow and get better. So, from that, it's it's been a lot easier to let it go and just move on and continue.
When guys tell him hey, did you know what you just done? He don't seem to realize what he done. He's really humble, and he just he been through it all here. He been through a lot here. He know how it is. He know how fast he can get taken away in a split second. He know what it is. But
you remember when he was over at wide receiver for a while?
Yeah.
Were you at defensive back at that one?
Yeah.
That was one day.
I think they traded you guys, right?
Yeah, I guess so, man. They swapped us.
Remember Sean Green here? He won the Doak Walker Award.
Yeah, I know Sean Green, but I never met him.
He played safety for
Oh, they told me that. They told me that. He gave me motivation to switch over. Like, you know, Sean.
Really?
Like, all right, whatever.
Famous moves not made, right?
Yeah.
Wisconsin, it seems to me Wisconsin has an army of linebackers, and they all are thumpers. I mean, they're all hitters. How do you deal with those guys?
Well, it starts up front with the line. You know, they've been doing a pretty good job so far. It starts with them, you know, attacking them guys. And we know Wisconsin, they're tough, they're physical, similar to how we are. But we know it's going to be a fist fight, and we got to bring it.
How is the 3-4 different from a running back perspective when you're running against a 3-4?
It really don't change. You know, we ran against all kind of defenses. Your keys don't change. And, you know, the read and points, you know, everything that don't change. It just all comes back to the line. You know.
Were you surprised at how many 20-plus plays you guys put up against Ohio State? You guys, how many 20-plus plays you guys put up against Ohio State? You guys had a lot of explosives. How did you get those?
Execution.
Yeah. Really, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But also matchups. I think there were you guys found some matchups.
Yeah, but it's not really like too many mismatches. You know, when you're going up against them, you know, they're all good.
Good point.
And it just get down to like everybody doing their job and executing. You know, to the best of their ability.
Over the course of the whole season, though, have you guys tried to scheme some specific mismatches more often than years past in the offense?
Not really, man. We've been doing the same. I've been here for 4 I've been doing the same schemes. You know, we're gonna run the ball and we're gonna block. We're gonna throw. You know,
yeah,
it's the same thing.
Was it more fun Saturday? It's when it works. When it works.
Winning, even don't matter if you winning, it's fun.
Yeah. We got to talk to, we ran into Drake. Drake came and talked to us today. He seems like the quintessential sort of fullback. He's the fullback's fullback, is he not?
Drake is quite a guy, man. He was so happy. I've never seen Drake smile so much, you know, after that touchdown. So happy. He been picking with me, you know, because he say he outscored me Saturday. So, you know, he's just been so happy. But, you know, him and Brady Ross, you know, they're different type of guys. Like I was just talking about, they're some different dudes.
Just different as in?
Their mindset, you know.
Yeah.
They just, like they just want to go hit somebody.
Yeah.
Like, even if the play is not designed that way, they just want to go do it. Just for, you know, you need guys like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
They love like being physical. They love being physical. Like nothing. They're straight dudes. You know, there's nothing fraud, fake about them guys. Him and Brady Ross, they different.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one.